Okay, good morning students. Today we will study about biotechnology. Okay, so biotechnology contains two words. It is consisting of two terms. One is bio, another one is your technology. So biotechnology is the fusion of biology with technology. It is a simply implications of technical tools related to the biological organisms, that is your living organisms. So biotechnology is an interdisciplinary branch of science that deals with the uses of the products, byproducts, enzymes which are produced by living organisms for the welfare of human being. So what products we are using which is been utilized by the microorganisms or living organisms? For example, in case of during these advances of your biotechnology, we are using nowadays insulin. So what is insulin? Insulin is a protein that is helpful for degradation of the blood sugar. It maintains the blood sugar level. So it is been produced by beta cells of islets of Langerhans. So some people, all the human beings, all are having the same level of secretion of your insulin protein or insulin hormone is been produced. But in some of the people we find they are diabetic. Why? Because of improper secretion of this insulin enzyme. So what they are been suggested? They are been suggested to take or get injected by your insulin hormone. So from where that is we are getting that insulin hormone we are getting? So that is been produced by E. coli cells. Okay, insulin is a hormone that is produced by E. coli. Okay, so what is E. coli? E. coli is a prokaryotic organism. It is a prokaryote. It is a prokaryotic organism. So beta cells of islets of Langerhans are been introduced into the gene of this E. coli bacteria. We know that all bacteria are having small circular DNA and origin of replication is there, that is your orici. We are utilizing this bacteria, this prokaryotic bacteria, so that we will introduce the gene that synthesizes your insulin protein, that is your beta cells of Langerhans. We will introduce into the gene of this bacteria. This is the desired gene which we want to get transcribed. Okay, we want this gene to be transcribed. So that is why in this fragment of your DNA we will have a cut and we will insert the desired DNA. The gene which we want to get introduced into a new organism is known as DNA insert. Okay, this is known as your DNA insert. DNA insert is a fragment of gene which we want to introduce in a certain organism. That can be a prokaryotic organism also. So here the gene which is responsible for synthesis of your insulin hormone is been introduced in this fragment of your prokaryotic organism, that is your E. coli. And after some periods or after some cycles, we will get an ample amount of insulin hormone which we can package, certified, and then we can use that insulin hormone for our betterment. So in this way this organism is getting utilized and it has been have previous implications for enormous implications of human welfare. So for this reason we are using the advances. These are the recent advances of your biotechnology. Then another example may be for the protein, that is your luciferin. We all know that what firefly is all about, that firefly used to emit light. So that is because of a protein. Okay, this is your firefly. Okay, firefly. So this firefly organism is synthesizing a protein known as luciferin. Okay, it synthesizes a protein called luciferin. Because of this luciferin protein, it used to emit light in the darkness. So nowadays what scientists are doing, they are extracting the gene which is responsible for this synthesis of this protein, that is your luciferin. So what they are doing, after extracting that gene, they are utilizing other organisms, other plants, they are introducing into the plant cell. See, and here we have used the prokaryotic cell, here we are using the plant cell. In plant cells, we are modifying the normal plant cells into genetically modified plant cell, where we have introduced the gene which codes for the protein known as luciferin. And we know the property of the luciferin is to produce light, is to emit light. So that gene is been transcribed. Okay, next step is the transcription. That gene is been transcribed in plant cell. Plant cell. Now these plant cells are enable of emitting light in the enable, that makes it enable of emitting light in darkness, light in the darkness, so that nowadays there is no need of strict lights during the daytime because of this luciferin protein. So this is also an important applications of your biotechnology. So as per the and another example is your vaccination. During the vaccination program, we know that the foreign organism is known as your antigen, and this is the foreign agent is known as antigen, and our body produces antibody, or it is a kind of protein which is produced against this antigen. So our body produces antibody against the foreign pathogen, that is your antigen. So we are using different, and during the immunization program, we are using different kinds of vaccines, like polio vaccines we are using, tuberculosis vaccines we are using, measles, mumps, rubella vaccines we are using. So by this vaccination program, we are using either live, killed, or attenuated. Attenuated means weakened. Okay, weakened form of microbes we are using. Why we are using weakened or killed form of viruses or bacterial cells? Because if it is in living condition, it will hamper our normal health condition, it may. So that is why we are using heat killed or attenuated form or weakened form of virus or bacteria we are using. So by vaccination program, there is a risk factor is associated with this vaccination. If one of the virus or one of the bacteria we are using through the vaccination program, if that is in the live condition, or it will become out of thousands, one may be your is in live condition. If one virus is in living condition or is active protein is there, so it will definitely undergo divisional process and it may hamper our health. So the vaccination is associated with a kind of risk factor. So if the scientists, what they are doing nowadays, they are using that protein, the protein or the capsomere, the bacteria, outer covering of the bacteria is known as capsid, and while that of your virus is known as capsomere. Both capsid and capsomere are kind of proteins. So when they are using that protein means that definitely that is been transcribed form of your gene. Gene is responsible for the formation of your protein by the transcription process. So the gene which is responsible for the formation of the capsid or capsomere is been transcribed, so that it can be transcribed and introduced into the plant cell. So here in vaccination also we are using a plant cell. Okay, plant cell. So, within that plant cell, that gene responsible for the function or the gene responsible for coding the gene for capsomere or capsid layer is been transcribed within the plant cell. Now, the plant cell will produce the vaccines in the form of fruit, for example, edible vaccine. That is why we are using edible vaccine. Edible vaccine is a edible vaccine. This is also a very new concept for advances of biotechnology. The edible banana we are taking, so that if babies are taking that edible banana, so they are not been injected and no risk factors are associated with that kind of vaccination also. They are just eating the fruit, and by that fruit they are capable of fighting, they are capable of producing the antibodies which will act against the antigen or foreign pathogen. So, that is why this is another feature of your advances of your biotechnology. So, what is the function of your biotechnology? It can be of two types. These are the two principles of biotechnology, why there is advancement is required or why we are studying about biotechnology. That deals with genetic engineering. Second one is your sterilization. So, in genetic engineering what we are doing? We are introducing a very different, for example, here you see we have used a prokaryotic cell for insulin secretion. Here we have used firefly, or this organism is being produced in the plant cell by transcription. Here we have used another plant cell and vaccine we have produced. So, in this processes, by this process we are utilizing either microorganisms, plant cells or animal cell. What we are having, that the gene construct is getting modified. So, in genetic engineering process we are using the desired DNA or the DNA insert which is productively utilized for production of a certain kind of enzymes or proteins or medicines or different qualitative products which can be utilized for the human welfare. Otherwise, it can be for sterilization. Sterilization means to make the enzymes or byproducts whatever we are using nowadays, or medicines also, to make that free of contamination. Okay, free of contamination. Okay. Contamination means, for example, we are using a certain kind of antibiotic. For example, tetracycline we are using, azithromycin we are using, amoxicillin we are using, chloramphenicol we are using. So, these are the kind of antibiotics. During the process of production of antibiotics or during the formation of production of your chloramphenicol, we are using a certain species of fungus or we are using a certain species of bacteria for extraction of the required enzyme or extraction of the required byproduct. But by the process of sterilization, we can make the product or we can make the bioreactor free of other microorganisms which can impact the production of your byproduct or chloramphenicol. For example, we are using milk or we are using curd. Milk is been converted into curd by the help of lactobacillus bacteria. So, lactobacillus is a kind of bacteria. We can enhance the production of lactobacillus bacteria, and while the production of the lactic acid or while the production of your curd also, we can enhance the production by modifying the genetic content of that bacteria. So, that genetic content is getting changed or getting the production capacity is enhanced by the process of your sterilization technique. Along with that, if we are using lactobacillus culture only, other bacteria, we know that bacteria are present everywhere. In soil the bacteria are there, in air also, it can be airborne, it can be waterborne. So, they may also affect the activity of our lactobacillus bacteria or required culture which we are using. So, to make it contamination free, we are also using this biotechnology. Next is, what are the requirements for advancement of your rDNA technology or genetic engineering technology. First important step is your enzymes, then we will study about vectors, then we will study about the technical tools we are using nowadays, tools of biotechnology. First let us go for the enzymes which can be have a implement over the biotechnology. So, why we need enzymes? We know that enzymes are chemical inducers. So, what is the function of enzyme? For example, in case of your first example as we have seen, for insulin secretion we are dependent on the E. coli culture. E. coli is a kind of prokaryotic organism. So, we are dependent on the E. coli organism. So, if it is a prokaryotic cell or it is a plant cell or it is an animal cell, first the cell wall or cell membrane needs to get digested, so that the desired DNA or the new DNA construct can enter into the cell. So, for cell denaturation or cell digestion, we need enzymes. If it is a prokaryotic cell, bacterial cell is made up of your peptidoglycan. If it is a bacteria, then the outer wall is peptidoglycan. If it is an animal cell, then it is made up of proteins and lipoproteins, lipids and proteins. If it is an plant cell, then made up of your cellulose. If fungus, then made up of chitin. So, these are the constituents of the cell wall or outer membrane of these organisms. So, first we need enzymes so that the cell wall or the outer membrane can be digested, so that the gene construct or the modified DNA or the desired DNA can be introduced into the cell. So, first one is your bacterial cell. If it is a bacterial cell, we need the outer wall is peptidoglycan. That is why we need the enzyme is your peptidase. If it is lipoprotein, then proteinase, which will disrupt proteins, proteinase, lipases. These are the enzymes. If it is a plant cell, then cellulase, chitinase. Like that, different enzymes are there which are responsible for cellular digestion. First one is for cellular digestion. Next one is your DNA ligase. DNA ligase. What is the function of DNA ligase? DNA ligase will helpful in the maintaining the construct. It will link the DNA. For example, you are having a circular DNA of a bacteria. This is the origin of replication, and here we have introduced a new desired DNA we have already introduced. This gene needs to be filled up. So, this link will be possible by DNA ligase. DNA ligase used to link the DNA. It will help the DNA to bind. Okay, that is why this is your DNA ligase. Third one is your either it can be exonuclease or it can be an endonuclease. So, exonuclease is the enzyme which we see, this is the fragment of DNA. If this runs and we know that fragment, the DNA runs anti-parallelly. If one is running from 5 prime to 3 prime, then other will run from 3 prime to 5 prime. So, if it is an exonuclease enzyme, this will cut the DNA at the ends, at 5 prime region or at 3 prime region accordingly. Okay, at the end only it will cut the DNA. Whereas if it is an endonuclease DNA, then it may cut from this place. Like in case of your E. coli, we are having restriction endonucleases, that is the sequence for GAATTC on this junction 5 prime to 3 prime. At this end, this is the region for EcoR1. So EcoR1 will have this specific site for cutting of the DNA. At GAATTC region of any DNA strand, this EcoR1 enzyme will act and it will cut. So this is an example of an endonuclease. This is the difference between exonuclease and endonuclease. Then next one is fourth one is your alkaline phosphatase. Alkaline phosphatase. So alkaline phosphatase will blink or it will cut the DNA at the 3 prime end. At 3 prime end OH group is there, at that region it will cut. Next, fifth one is your DNA polymerase. We know that DNA polymerase is helpful for making of DNA strand. It will synthesize the DNTPs or it will synthesize the DNA molecule from 5 prime to 3 prime direction. So these are the enzymes which are required for the process of rDNA technology or genetic engineering technology. In next class, we will have a brief introduction about the vectors which are responsible for the process of biotechnology.